So here I am, getting my face ready for TV. There's no TV, but we plan ahead, honey. Hey, good morning. My name is Pelo Modiga. Welcome to my office, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. This is what we do, honey. Yes, I am your host.
Pelo Modiga on You Before Noon. Weekdays 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. only on UFM.
Guys, all right, so what's in my bag? You want to know what's in my bag? I don't know about that, guys, so please. I've got my makeup bag. Of course, you know, I'm a lady. Of course, I do have my makeup bag. I've got this because now I've got this. I usually don't carry this, but it's essential. Very, very much essential. I've got a banana, guys. A fruit a day keeps the doctor away. Okay, so a fruit is definitely a necessity. Oh, of course, shade, honey. Yeah, we're not throwing no shade over here. Okay, we're just looking good. That's what we're doing, guys. Okay, car keys. I got car keys. Yeah, I've got some car keys. I've got grandpa because life sometimes is a headache. What else do I have? Oh, I've got sunscreen as well. Sometimes I put this on my hands. Yo, oh, just to powder, you know, sometimes. Hey, good names. Oh, a gum. I've got gum. I've got gum. Yes. Hey, girl. No, like I'm ready. I got lip therapy. I got lipstick. Girl is ready, hey? I got my vitamin B complex as well. Guys, I'm very healthy. I didn't know this. Oh, very important. Power bank. Very, very important. You need to light it up, honey. Light it up. That's what I have. No. I've got a charger. Always prepared. Always prepared. Typical woman. I first started off at a campus radio station when I was studying with UNISA. It was an online campus radio station. It was UNISA Radio. Jack of all trades, essentially. You know how it is. You start off with doing one thing and then you end up doing everything else. So I started off as a producer. I remember doing traffic as well. I remember also doing business news. I also became some sort of an on-air producer because I think something happened. I spoke on air a little bit and then the deputy station manager at the time suggested that I speak more. After years of being offline, like literally offline, took a long hiatus. My other calling was a bit louder at the time. So I started working with non-profit organizations and all of those things. Started working as a fundraiser and all of that. And then that was what I focused on as my breakaway from radio. And then coming back, the year 2020, here I am. The year 2020, what happened is that you know how it is. It was so uncertain, you know, in the year 2020. We didn't know whether we were going to come out of it alive. There was a lot of uncertainty. And so I decided, you know, I think maybe it's time for me to do what makes me happy. All right, so that's what I did. I went back to community radio station. I volunteered there for I think over a year, but I started off in the news department. So I was a news reader, and then after that I got bored with the news, negative news, and not my thing. Nah, not my thing. So I did that for a bit, and then 3 months into doing news, there was an opportunity to host a jazz show. Yes, this girl can play some jazz. This girl can play some lounge. Okay. So I did that, produced that, compiled that, presented that show. It was such an amazing experience for me for doing that show. It was literally a game changer for me, right? And then I grew from there. That was in 2020. 2021, we hear that how about UFM is looking for presenters, they're looking for presenters. And then I sent through my demo. Got a call, head office, come through, and then the rest is history. No, Rory, I did not get my hair done by myself. I went to the salon. Because if I did a girl, I would come in here topsy-turvy, upside down.
Upside down.
Aren't
you like a DIY person? Don't you like doing DIY?
I love doing DIY. But you see, when you're a person, you must know your limits. There are things you can do and there are things you can't do. All right? Sometimes you need to let the professionals do what they need to do.
Right.
And this time around, I just had to. I was gonna be a mess, girl. Yo! It's gonna be amazing. Never the dream. It was never the dream. However, it was very subtle in my life. The thing is, there's always been some sort of, I guess, a nudge to the arts. So it's always been there in the background all the time. I mean, I did a little bit of some piano lessons, I did some dance lessons. I went to an art high school where I studied drama for 5 years. So the background work has always been there, but I didn't know there was going to be radio. I thought that I was going to be some sort of a international producer, internationally recognized producer at some point, or maybe a screenwriter or something like that. I thought I was going to work behind the scenes more than in front, right? But it planned out the way it planned out now. Checking out my music. All right, so yes, so that's how it was. It was never the plan, but I think the arts and the media has always been something that was always lurking in the background. And that is the music that's definitely in tune with you, Shekinah, coming through. Back to the beach, 8 minutes after 9. Right here on UFM. We are indeed in tune with you. This is the Thursday edition of You Before Noon. What a pleasure it is to hang out with you. Good morning. My name is Pelo Modiga. I am your friend and your confidant as well as your host. I'm taking this all the way up until midday. Super excited about what is coming up on the show. A big thank you goes to Maloma Pompa and the team for holding it down from 5 to 9 a.m. They are indeed back together again tomorrow for the Friday edition. Otherwise, coming up on the show, we do have Belong that's going to be coming through. That weekly jam that you love ever so much is also going to be coming through. All you have to do is just request a song and then we get to play it for you, right? This happens usually towards the end of the show. Today also happens to be National Happiness Happens Day. Okay, so yes, a lot of happiness is definitely going to be happening from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Keep it locked. This is, of course, a year before noon. Definitely not easy to get into. I mean, I would have gotten into it maybe by the time I was 21. But here I am. I think my first commercial opportunity happened at the age of 35. Okay, so my story is that of patience and take your time, be in your lane and try your best at all times. So it definitely was not an easy journey, but once I decided to come back, it became easy. It really did become a little bit easy. Maybe it's because everything was aligned at that time. Coming back to radio, I knew who I was, I knew what I wanted, and I kind of also knew my purpose and my calling as well, even though that's still a process, but it's there, right? So honestly, radio for me is a vehicle, my purpose and my calling. That's what it is. So the history of radio, it's always been male dominated. It's the men's voice, that would usually be the ones that are, captivating. It would usually be a man with a female co-host, you know what I mean? And for me, it means a lot. It means that we are indeed, moving in the right direction in terms of giving women equal opportunity. As long as there is the talent there is the passion there, then women are also getting the opportunity. So for me, it just, kind of highlights the fact that we've come a long way and here we are. We're still moving at it. We're moving this train, but we're definitely getting there slowly but surely. So many. For me, it's the ladies in jazz, first and foremost, right? So they just carry this air and aura about them. Your Shadow Twalas of this world, when she started off with music, she loves music, and her presentation of music as well was absolutely impeccable. Nothemba Madumo, Brenda Sasani, KG Mwekezi, the list goes on and on and on. In terms of women who have been quite instrumental in my life and maybe shaping who I am, the first woman is definitely my mom. My mom is number one on my list, simply because, oh my goodness, I learned a lot of things from that woman. I learned strength, I learned confidence, I've learned to work hard. Her work ethic is unbelievable. And my mom has actually been purpose driven as well, even in the work that she's doing. So she started off as a teacher, she's a principal of a school. So yes, Kimwana mem. Kimwana mem. So that's why I had to toe the line, and also be some sort of an example as well. So my mom is phenomenal in so many ways. Not only she's beautiful outside, she's the kindest human being I've ever met, to the point I'm like, "Ay, mama, you're letting them walk all over you are." But yeah, she's very, very nice, and all she wants is to see an African and a black child, get the education that they need to get. and she's got her own way of doing things. My mom is also a pastor as well, so she speaks in her church as well. I'm in their church, not her. She doesn't have a church, but she goes to a church where she preaches the gospel. All right, yeah. So she's all of that and more. My goodness, if I could take away some of the obstacles, in her way and challenges in her way, I would do that for her any day. Like I would carry that on my shoulder any day, and that's the kind of support and love that I've received from her, right? So that's definitely my woman. Guys, my mom was gorgeous. Okay, back in the day, she still is. She's in her 50s right now. She's still looking fabulous. And in terms of fashion as well, my mom would not be called dead, not looking a certain way. But we don't look like our problems. That's another thing I learned from my mom. We do not look like our problems. We look absolutely above our problems. How my mom has shaped me into being a mom. My mom has shown me that you are more than capable of showing love, first and foremost, and discipline instead of punishment. My mom has never laid a hand on me growing up, and she taught me that there are things that can be a conversation sometimes. Yes, I'm into soft parenting, but sometimes I know that you kind of have to be a bit tough and show some tough love every now and then, and that's what she also did for me as well. There wasn't a time where I would get away with stuff. I would always be given I would always be held accountable for my actions as well. So my why for doing what I'm doing is to be inspirational, number one, and also to show, especially because I am a mom of 2 girls, it's very important for me to know, for her to know, and for them to know rather, that it is definitely possible. It's possible to live your dreams. It is possible to dream big. It is possible to just do what you love each and every day. Taking us to about 49 minutes after 9. We're still in the first hour of You Before Noon. It's still a pleasure to be hanging out with you. Your dial is 89.8 to 103.9. Catch us on that DSTV audio for K842. You can even stream us live on ufm.co.za, and you can also, catch us also on that UConnect app as well, a platform that is absolutely multifaceted, and you can just take advantage of it. Listen to it, rewind, catch up on whatever that you missed out on in terms of the shows, and also, send us a message as well. Our conversation still continues just after this. And happy Women's Day to you, to all the women out there. My name is Pelo Modiga, and I am a woman, and guess what? I'm doing it.